You too. What is going on, Lakers family? In today's video, we got some more NBA news involving the Los Angeles Lakers and the whole Dejounte Murray situation in the Atlanta Hawks. So, according to Sham Charania of Athletic and Stadiums, is pretty much saying this. I mean, you have to give Lakers point guard D'Angelo Russell a lot of credit, which I do agree just because he's been in the trade rumor mill for a while. And I know he's very emotional. He's one of ours. The Lakers did draft him. And he was like the second overall pick. I forgot what year, but I know that he unfollowed, the Lakers Instagram page and he's starting to play with a sense of urgency. He's starting to play better. But check this out, five of like the last six games or so, he's had, 20 points or more just this month alone, which is very, very good. Overall, 23 points per game, 6 to 7 assists per game. And his splits are actually amazing, right? 51% from the field officially and 47% from three. So he's playing at a high level, and I'm sure there's going to be a level of interest in him around the league. And the Lakers, I'm told, are continuing to monitor two players. And I think the two guys at the forefront of their trade targets list going into the trade deadline, which is next month on February 8th. And those are Dejounte Murray of the Atlanta Hawks and Bruce Brown Jr. of the Toronto Raptors. So those are the two guys I think that they continue to monitor. I expect those conversations to continue as the next week and a half, 2 weeks ago. So they only have, so many players that they can use in a deal. Lakers point guard D'Angelo Russell. You have guys like Rui Hachimura. You don't want to trade Ospreys if you're the Los Angeles Lakers. So there's only a couple really guys that you can have, some value. They do have, their first round pick 2029. They could trade it now, or they can trade and wait until draft night, right? So they will have, three first round picks on draft night to trade. So I do believe the Lakers have a few decisions to make between now and the trade deadline. Or do you really want to save your first round pick for the draft night, right? So I do believe Rob Pelinka, our general manager, is going to do his due diligence. And I think the Lakers shouldn't stat pat because LeBron James is in year 21. He's 39 years of age. He's the oldest player in NBA. And this could actually be LeBron James, last year, depending what happens with Bronny James, if he gets drafted this year or he's in college longer, right? Stays in school longer, but we'll see. I think it's very interesting now for Dejounte Murray. He has a clinch client, same agent as Lakers star LeBron James and Anthony Davis, Rich Paul agency. And this season, he's going crazy, right? He's averaging damn near 21.4 points per game. Murray, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. So he's improving in his rebounding department, and he's very good in getting in transition. And he's really known for his mid-range game. So I will say he's averaging, 5 assists to add to that in his game, 1.3 steals and 0.3 blocks a season, while shooting 47.1% from the field and 39% from three. So he's not really known as a three-point shooter, but he has the ability to do that. And he's improving this season, whereas last season he shot around like 34% from three. So he's improving, and he's shooting 83.2% from the free throw line. So I will say, guys, he's making around $17.7 million a season. And correct me if I'm wrong, I believe he's like making $30 million next season for the Atlanta Hawks. And I'm hearing that Max Christie might have to be in a deal getting routed to the Toronto Raptors for a guy like Bruce Brown Jr. I'm pretty sure they're going to figure it out just to make the contracts match. Most likely, you're going to have to include a third team, for a trade, D'Angelo Russell. Maybe you add a Rui Hachimura to that equation. So it's going to be a big part of this. And they're still looking for a third team, right? D'Angelo Russell to take on that. And it was centered around him. Maybe you include a D'Angelo Russell, a Jalen Hood-Schifino, and your 2029 first-round pick to Atlanta. But I know they're probably not going to want D'Angelo Russell. They were coveting Ospreys. They wanted the backcourt of Ospreys and Trae Young. And the Lakers really want to keep on Ospreys, which I think would be a big mistake. I'd much rather trade D'Angelo Russell because he's not going to show up in the postseason. I really don't care what anybody says. What he does in the regular season, Oh, he got us into the playoffs. I don't care if he got us into the playoffs last season. It's about what he did in the playoffs, right? I'll give him credit where in the first two rounds he did show up against the Memphis Grizzlies. There was one game that he played well, and then the semifinals against the Golden State Warriors, he did show up. But in the Western Conference Finals, he was unplayable. Opposing teams are going at him, and he was averaging, like close to 6 points per game. So I will say Ospreys was like our third best player behind our stars, LeBron James, Anthony Davis. And something about Ospreys, he has that killer in him, right? Especially in the postseason. I will say, Bruce Brown Jr., he was traded from the Indiana Pacers to the Toronto Raptors. It was like a blockbuster trade. The Pelicans got involved. Pascal Siakam from the Raptors got traded to the Pacers. And I will say the Toronto Raptors, they're in rebuild mode. They're probably going to want, a first round pick for Bruce Brown Jr., but in my personal opinion, I just feel like he's not worth that. Maybe include some seconds, but we'll see. Maybe the Hawks can, receive D'Angelo Russell, JS Edge, our rookie, a 2029 first round pick. The Raptors receive Gabe Vincent, Jackson Hayes, Maxwell Lewis, and the Lakers receive Bruce Brown and Dejounte Murray. So in that trade package, that would work, right? Which I think is very interesting. And I will say Dejounte Murray is a really top point guard, right? He's versatile. I believe he's like around 6'5", correct me if I'm wrong. But for Bruce Brown Jr., he's an NBA champion. He won a championship with the Denver Nuggets last season, beating the Miami Heat in 5 games. And they just beat my Lakers in the Western Conference Finals, getting swept 4-0. But this season, he is averaging, 11.9 points per game, 4.6 rebounds, 2.9 assists, 1 steal, 0.3 blocks while shooting 48.1% from the field and 32.4% from three, which isn't that great, but he is shooting 82.1% from the free throw line. So I will say, guys, Bruce Brown Jr. in the offseason of 2023, when he was still on the Denver Nuggets, he was very close to signing with the Los Angeles Lakers last summer before signing with the Indiana Pacers. So he is making around $22 million this season and has a club option worth about $23 million for next season. So I feel like, in my personal opinion, Bruce Brown Jr. is not worth, $22 million for a role player, right? He's not worth that. No way in hell. I'm not including a first round pick, but some seconds I would do that for Bruce Brown because the Lakers, like I said, we're very limited in draft capital, draft assets. We only have our 2029 first round pick to trade right now, or we could wait till the trade or the draft night. That's what I mean. And then we have like 3 first round picks to trade, right? And I heard, several reports coming out that the Lakers were, interested in Donovan Mitchell or Trae Young, right, in the summer. So I think this is very interesting as a standpoint. And the Lakers are struggling. This month, we are 22-23. That's a record. We're the 9th seed in Western Conference, and we're 5-5 in the last 10 games. We're 17th in, points per game, 114.8, and 17th in points per game allowed, 115.8. So I will say both Dejounte Murray and Bruce Brown Jr. are excellent two-way players, which is why the Lakers are, interested in acquiring them. So Lakers fans, you guys let me know in the comment section, how do you guys feel about this, news, this update? I know the trade talks have stalled, so they'll pick up, closer to the trade deadline. And I feel like the Lakers should, get a trade done sooner rather than later because the Lakers are struggling, right? And it's, right? It's like what? I forgot what's today's date. Someone let me know in the comment section. And February trade deadline is around the corner, right? Like almost 2 weeks or so. So this month is almost finished. I appreciate the support. Make sure you guys drop a like in this video, smash the subscribe button, turn on notification bell for future Lakers content so you guys get notified for future Lakers videos. And also, we're on the road to 3K subs. I'd really greatly appreciate your support. And also, I do got my socials, so I'm going to put the link in the description so you guys can go check it out for yourselves, and also the link that came out on that report. So I'm out of here. Peace.